what inspired me to be a director. I'm from LA, and being a kid, we used to make movies when we were kids, and that was one of my hobbies that I used to do. So my first name is actually Laurentis. So it's like Dino Day Laurentis. So my mom had it already written out that, that was one of her favorite directors, and that's what I was gonna be. So it just so happens I turned out to be a director. And I guess you can kind of say it was just written. You know what I mean? Because that's my first name, Laurentis. And if you guys don't know who Dino Day Laurentis is, you should look him up. I'm nowhere there yet, but I will make it. Well, I think like it's much more faster. I can tell you that. There's like no $500,000 videos or anything like that. And then now people could just like, do their music in their own home, which is, I think is great, but it's kind of like film. When Hollywood went digital, nobody really wanted to accept it. So now, since music has done the same thing, it's like everybody has this. You can be an overnight success now. Like when I was being raised up, you had to put in work. You know what I mean? You had to pay some dues. You had to be like, yo, I rhymed over here. I ate this dude up. You know what I mean? Lyrically, I'm this and I'm that. But now you can literally like be an overnight success. Like literally. Like overnight success used to be like 10 years. Now it's like really overnight that you can have a hit single and everybody loving you in the way you dance. You know what I mean? Oh, Dumb was the concept. I was blessed, first of all, to get the video. You know what I mean? Because she was supposed to do it on the East Coast. And I don't know what happened, but all I know is that when she came to me for the West Coast, I had to pull her through. You know what I mean? And so basically the concept, the song is about someone being in a relationship and, whether it's the guy or the female, someone is always messing up and you keep messing up. And you just dumb for messing up. So when you lose that person, it's like you kind of have like a regret type of thing because you've messed up and your actions have been like, just outrageous and, you don't miss anybody until they're gone. The concept of the video was that she wanted more of a performance piece. So we kind of based it like, she was getting prepared for like, like an Ed Sullivan show or something like that, or like the Arsenio Hall show back in the day, like she was just getting ready to do a performance. And what it was that since the song is kind of like a retro song, it's kind of like based like, 50s, 60s, 70s. So that's why we have like the old mics and the things like that and where they're dressed and, kind of like, they're kind of just like having fun in the video, but still explaining like the seriousness of the relationship. The car scene is more like, when you go out and you have a discussion on top of a hill and you're looking at the stars at night, and you talking to your man or you talking to your female and you guys are out there arguing and, but it's under the stars. So we kind of make it like a romantic feel. So that's where the car scene came at. And it was her and I idea. We both thought of it, and she wanted something that was gonna be vibrant, and not so down. Oh, that is a great question. Like bring out energy on the set. Like my background is like a DP, like a cameraman. So one of my best compliments that I've ever gotten was that when I'm filming, I make people feel like that. I make my viewers feel like that they're there, So that was great. That's a great compliment. But what I've learned as a director is that you have to bring things out of people that they wouldn't normally do or act in a certain way. So what I learned on the set is that you got to deal with multiple personalities, multiple characters, and then also you have to create this vision that you guys have put out together. You got to create this vision. As far as my background singers, I have to make them feel one way. I have to make them feel special. And then Faith, she's a star. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, I'm just me, but this is actually Faith Evans. You know what I mean? So how do you approach her and make her feel safe and happy because she's giving you this experience? What's it like working with Faith? Most definitely, like, she's a great person, but it's a challenge. You gotta remember, she come from Puffy. You know what I mean? The queen of hip hop. She's used to the big, the glamorous, the lights, and she's used to this. So if you come half-stepping, she gonna give you a look like I don't know. Like, I might have to question, my thoughts. But working with her, she's fun. She's great to work with, and she's very serious. She's serious, but she listens. You know what I mean? And she know how to receive ideas well. So working with her was like just we had the time of our lives on set, Filming. I was filming her doing one of her records, when she was working she has signed the Capitol years ago. And I was the one that they called to make sure that her visuals were on point. And so after that, we stayed she needed somebody, and she knew I was a good person. You know what I mean? Good in and out though, not just good at what I do, but it takes chemistry to be around people too. So she knew that I had the chemistry and the work ethic, and I was a fan. You know what I mean? So being a fan, then I would go so far to help her, and I would do anything to help her. In saying that, she gave me, out of all of those people that wanted the opportunity to do her story, her documentary story, she gave it to me to direct. So I get a chance to develop her story about the whole transitioning from Puffy to Capitol to Biggie and to all these things. So I think for the most part, she saw something in me that she knew I wasn't gonna do her any harm. You know what I mean? I'm not a threat. I can make your visuals look good, and when I convey it, people are gonna feel like that they were there. And I think overall, that's what she wanted out of me. What I would like to convey most, because I've done everything up under the sun. I've been around the world 3 times already, and I'm working on feature films, and I've done documentaries. And it's not so much of being a part of Hollywood. I think it's so much of just being able to convey a story that people wouldn't normally get a chance to see. And that's my role. I'm a human being first. You know what I mean? That is my whole role. I'm a human being. So my job is to convey visuals to people and help them learn. So my ultimate job is to be like a philanthropist in film. You know what I mean? Still travel the world, still do these great things, but I want to bring stories to people that they wouldn't normally see. And it's not about Hollywood for me. It's about just being a filmmaker and, creating. That's what life is about. And it's about a fantasy. Check out my documentary, Fantasy. I got Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Big Boy from Power 106, the narrator, DJ Quick, all these people. So nobody ever knows these things, but I have a friend, and she told me one time, she says, she didn't tell me, her mother told me. And her mother says, you know what, Bishop, you know what your problem is? And I say, who are you to tell me my problem? You're not my mother. And she says, I'm not your mother, but I'm gonna tell you your problem. And I say, well, what is it? She says, you need to bring your career out of the closet. And I said, wow. Because I'm an introvert. And, I'm very within myself. Some people call me a loner, but I like to create. And when I create, you'll never see me, but you can see my work. And that's what I want to do. I want you to be able to see my work, but you don't have to worry about me. Just come into my world. And I'm going to follow my lead as Dino De Laurentiis. And I'm going to be a Laurentiis, and I'm going to continue to direct. And I'm going to continue to move forward. So for the people that want to be involved and want to come to this life, I would have to say it'll take a lot of persistence, patience, and determination. There's a lot of no's, but you only need that one yes. And that's what I strive for, that one yes. And when you get it, you'll appreciate it. 1966 magazine, thanks for having me. I do have a 66 that you will see in Faith Evans' video. That's my card, and it is a 66. So thank you, 66, and shout.